welcome back to the Bulldogs in Westminster. Hays Meyer, he's a tall right-hander. He's a senior, and just looking at the internet, speculation on where he might go next year. Vandy was mentioned if he's good enough to play in the SEC, or maybe an Ivy League school, so obviously a very good student. And he's going to face the first three in the batting order: Hunter Braddock, Cody Dowd, James Ethredge. The Bulldogs come into this game hitting .317 as a team for the entire season, regular season and playoffs included. And in the playoffs, they're hitting .373, 41 base hits and 110 at-bats with 6 doubles, a triple, a home run for Bailey Salter, 13 walks and 8 strikeouts. And overall this season, of their 243 hits, 54 have been doubles, with 8 triples and a home run. And they walked 105 times and struck out 95. Still one of the best stats you can have with your baseball team. You're putting the ball in play. You're not striking out much. Defensively, for Westminster, dressed in white with green.
Leading off the game for the Bulldogs, the second baseman, number 1, Hunter Braddock.
Second baseman, Robert DeGolian. First baseman, Connor Stutz. Behind the plate is Merritt Huber. And we're getting ready for the first pitch of the game. Kyle Murphy in left field, Jake Johnson in center, and McLean, can't read my writing, Bradley in right field. First pitch of the ball game is low ball. Leadoff guy Brady hitting .333, 2 for 15 in the state tournament. Has 28 base hits all season, including 10 doubles. Looks at another pitch, and it drops low. I watched this guy pitch on the internet, and in a first inning of a game that he pitched, I believe it was against Lovett, struggled with his control. Maybe the Bulldogs watched that same video, and we'll take some pitches here in the first inning. 2-0 pitch, it's low. Every pitch has been low, so he's missing his release point by a little bit. Kick some dirt around. It's a well-manicured field, a beautiful infield grass and outfield grass. Takes on from Brian Fitzgerald, 3-0 pitch, low ball forward. Hunter has walked for the 18th time this season, as opposed to 5 strikeouts. So an early base runner for the Bulldogs. To bring up Cody Dowd, 4 for 14 during the state playoffs, hitting .286, and for the season hitting .256. With 23 base hits and 90 at-bats, 3 doubles, 13 runs batted in, and 12 runs scored. Will he take a pitch or two? Lefty against righty. First pitch, he's bunting, and there's a throw down to first base, and Brady's back easily. Let's see if he committed to that bunt. He did, strike 1. Cody can pop one down the third base line. Forte playing close to the inside cut. Now has a foot on the grass. Myers ready with the 0-1 pitch. No, he'll turn and look back toward first base to shorten the Hunter Braddock lead. Kudos to the Bulldog fans. Right now, they outnumber the Westminster fans. And it's about 170 miles up the road. But that could change. 3 o'clock start time. Atlanta traffic wasn't too bad driving up here. I guess the worst part of the drive was I-16. They were pulling over big trucks right and left, and a lot of construction. 0-1 to count on Dowd, a senior Bulldog. And on the honor roll, 6 Bulldogs made the honor roll during the 3rd 8th-week period. I happened to look at that the other day. It's pretty impressive. 0-1 pitch. About to be made. Here it is. It's a fastball, and it's low. Pitching away from the left-hander that time. Was pitching away from the right-handers. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So with him struggling with his control, it'd be nice for the Bulldogs to get off to the good start. They took, of course, a 3-0 lead over Fitzgerald in one of the ball games at home. Dublin took a 3-0 lead over the Bulldogs in Game 1. The first round series. A ball and 1 strike on Dowd. On deck for the Dogs, James Ethredge, today's starting pitcher, coming in with a 9-1 record. 1-1 pitch won't be made. Another throw back. Brady, short lead, back easily. Ball and a strike. I was giving you the dimensions of the field. It's only 295 down the right field line. It's very similar to Jackie Jones Field. Of course, the Bulldogs have hit 1 home run this season, that by Bailey Salter at Dublin over the left field fence. Here's a stretch by Myers. And the 1-1 pitch to Dowd, swings and misses late. So ball and 2 strikes. Cody with 3 walks and 14 strikeouts this season. Brian Fitzgerald to the third base coaching box. Hunter Adams at first base. Another throw to first base. Brady had a little deeper lead. That time got back standing. Dowd stepping in. Left foot close to the box. Right foot pointing toward right field. Another throw to first base. Brady back. I guess the head coach came over to me before the ball game and asked me about Hunter Braddock and Logan Martin, about where they were playing. Apparently he might have an old scouting report on the Bulldogs. He thought perhaps it was a mistake. Curveball, and Cody swings and misses, strike 3. So 1 down with a runner at first brings up James Ethredge.
Number 13.
Very hot hitter during
James
the state playoffs.
Ethredge.
462 in the last 4 ball games, 6 for 13. And for the season, hitting 367 with 33 base hits, 2 triples, 8 doubles, 19 runs batted in. Myers stepping off the rubber once again to bring back Brady. Now he comes set. Now he throws back to first again. Brady back. Don't think Hunter has received this much attention from any pitcher all season. There's one throw after another. Brady extends his lead a little deeper this time. Not going. Off-speed pitch is a strikeout or half. According to stuff I saw on the internet, this guy's fastball's been rising over the years. Low 80s. Probably throws upwards 86, 87, 88. As a top pitch. Not consistently, I wouldn't think. Oh, 1 pitch, a breaking ball. Just missed, throw down to first. Brady's back. The throw was low, but scooped up by Connor Stutz.
Good guess, good job.
1 ball, 1 strike on James Ethredge with Hunter Braddock on deck. No score, top of the first inning. Brady walked. Dowd struck out. So 1 down. Myers comes set. Coming to the plate this time. Throws the fastball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Westminster's used a 3-man rotation this year. Conrad Cordell's been the number 2 guy. He's a curveball pitcher. Dalton Light, the number 3 guy, is a sophomore, playing his first year of varsity ball. There's a fastball, strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes on James. 11 walks, 5 strikeouts on his junior season. Stepping back in a righty-righty matchup. And out of the sunshine, here comes the pitch. Close but low. The count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. One good thing, the Bulldogs making Hays Meyer throw a lot of pitches in the first inning. Sometimes they've been over-aggressive. I think one of the Dublin games they were. One of the Fitzgerald games they were. 3-2 pitch. It missed, ball 4. A little bit high. Catcher had to come out of this crouch. So a walk and a strikeout and a walk. James walking for the 12th time this season brings up Hunter Braddock, hitting .565 during the state playoffs. 13 for 23. .467 for the season. Leads the Bulldogs with 42 hits and 90 at-bats, including 2 triples and 7 doubles, and tops and runs batted in with 23 and the same number, and leads the team in runs scored. 15 walks, 3 strikeouts. So he'll take a big, deep breath as he steps in. 1 down, runners on first and second. Braddock, of course, swings from the right side of the batter's box, sets up deep. First pitch from Myers, off speed, dropping low. Curveball missing, 1-0. Logan Martin, Jeremy Beasley to follow. Sun takes a break behind a cloud. No chance of rain up here. Stretch of the 1-0 pitch. Curveball low in the dirt. Throw to first base, and Ethredge back. The ball ricochets off his back. Brady going to third. Here's the throw, and he's safe. Ethredge will stick it first. Runners on the corners on the error. 2 balls and no strikes on Braddock. You know, if Ethredge goes to second, based on what we've seen recently, they would probably walk Hunter Braddock to face Logan Martin, who also has been swinging the stick well during the playoffs. So runners on the corners for the Bulldogs, top of the first inning. 2 balls and no strikes on Braddock. The Bulldogs have been very disciplined at the plate in the top of the first inning. Hunter raises up the bat with his left hand and points it towards center field, where a lot of times he will line base hits, bouncing or in the air. 2-0 pitch, looks at it, a strike below the belt. 2-1 on Braddock, who'll be going over to Columbus to play in an all-star game or 2, representing Southeast Georgia. Meyer's ready with a 2-1 pitch, coming to the dish and throwing it low. The ball gets away, but not far enough, certainly for Hunter Braddock to come in from third or James Ethredge to move to second.
Your zone, baby, your zone now.
3 balls and 1 strike on Braddock. Coach Fitzgerald in a crouch, now standing up, giving the side to Hunter Braddock. Will he swing? Yes, and miss. 3-2. Tough pitch there, breaking low. So the full count on the Bulldogs cleanup hitter. 1 down, runners on first and third, no score, top of the first. Myers comes set. And the 3-2 pitch, low ball 4, and it gets away rolling up the first baseline. Bases are loaded. 3 walks and 1 strikeout to start off the first inning.
Now batting number 22.
Brings up Logan Martin.
Fielder, Logan
Mentioned
Martin.
he's been hitting the ball well during the playoffs. 6 for 10. 5 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. A .324 batting average this season with 24 base hits. So a chance for the Bulldogs to take the lead in a variety of ways. Infield in on the corners, but not at short and second. Looking for a double play ball, swings, and the first pitch gets away. Brady breaks off third base, going back that way. The throw skips, but is picked up by the third baseman, Jack Forte. I think the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Bulldogs have loaded up the bases. They haven't put up the count on the scoreboard. No, he says nothing in 1.
Martin, you got it, buddy.
Go, Logan.
Logan Martin with 11 RBIs this season. Let's see if he can come up with a big swing early in the ball game. Swings and hits it right side of the first baseman. He's coming home, and Brady is out. The throw was low, but it was scooped up on a hop like a first baseman by the catcher, Merritt Huber. So now 2 down. Logan reaching on the fielder's choice. 3-2 on the out. Brings up Jeremy Beasley, tall right-handed hitter. Also hitting the ball well during the state playoffs. A .545 batting average. 6 for 11 with a triple and 5 runs batted in against Dublin and Fitzgerald. .288 on the season with 7 runs batted in. Takes a 2-out hit now or something for the Bulldogs to score, and you'd hate to waste this opportunity as Beasley looks at a fastball strike. That's a pitch that Myers was throwing very low early in this ball game. Chris Mobley will go out to second base, and he's going to run for Hunter Braddock. James Ethredge at third, Logan Martin at first. 2 down, no score, top of the first inning. Jeremy Beasley, a right-handed hitter, driving up here. I saw a car that said number 16 had a little baseball, and Jeremy pulled off at the Tanger Outlet exit. A little bit north of Griffin. 0-1 pitch. Off the plate at the belt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, the Bulldogs came up here yesterday after practice. Spent the night at the Wyndham Hotel. And the 1-1 pitch. Foul back into the net, right behind home plate. It stretches from each dugout. Bulldogs are in the first base dugout. Count on Beasley, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jeremy was 6 walks and 4 strikeouts in 66 at-bats this season. Bases loaded. Meyer's ready with a 1-2 pitch. Jeremy sends it into right field for a base hit. James Ethredge will score. Chris Mobley held up at third. The Dogs take a 1-0 lead. A 2-out hit by the junior Jeremy Beasley. Beasley with 8 runs batted in this season, 6 in the state playoffs.
Number 10,
He's now 7 for 12 in state playoff competition. Brings up Bailey Salter, 5 for 14 in the state tourney with a home run and a .321 batting average for the entire season with 15 runs batted in. 26 base hits, 2 doubles, swings and fouls the first pitch back into the screen. Bases still loaded, 2 down in the top of the first. Dogs leading 1-0. 0-1 on Salter with Christian Moore on deck. At worst, you've made Hays Meyer throw a lot of pitches in the first inning and scored a run. Salter swings and misses at a fastball that popped the glove. 0-2. Bailey playing third base today, a right-handed hitter, a junior Bulldog, also a pitcher. Chris Mobley off the bag at third. Salter looks at an 0-2. It's a low fastball. Bailey has had a lot of 2-out hits late in the season as he has turned into quite a hitter after starting off 0 for 11. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holds the bat up high and wiggles it and awaits a pitch. Swings and misses, strike 3. So the Bulldogs load up the bases on walks, and then with 2 down, Jeremy Beasley strikes the base hit that puts the Bulldogs up 1-0, but they leave the bases loaded in the top of the first, an Elite 8 matchup. Bulldogs leading 1-0 at Westminster on Y101. It's stealing bases at one point in time this season. They'd stolen 27 and 28 attempts. Johnson, a left-handed hitter, and a junior, looks at the first pitch, and James misses with a fastball. James has pitched against these quality players when he played for the East Cobb Patriots during the summer. Next pitch is a strike for the outer half. 1 ball, 1 strike. Said in the pregame show that he knew some of them. Well, these kids, I guess, are from Cobb County. I noticed a lot of Cobb County plates in the parking lot. James missed 2 balls and 1 strike. Nelson Douglas on deck, and then Connor Stutz. Wind up in the 2-1 pitch. Fastball is low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Dogs leading 1-0, bottom half of the first inning. Bailey Salter way off the bag at third against the left-handed hitter. 3-1 pitch is a strike, full count. Cody Dowd, the Bulldogs shortstop. Regular position. Hunter Braddock, of course, moving closer to the first base bag with the lefty at the plate from his second base position. And there is close to a call, strike 3. Call ball 4 and a walk. 3 Bulldogs walk in the first inning, and there's a walk
number 6
in
Nelson
the bottom of the first.
Douglas.
One thing we learned, I guess, from the Fitzgerald series, the strike zone is tighter. I guess the deeper you go in the playoffs. Here's Nelson Douglas, shortstop, right-handed hitter. Hays Meyer did a good job holding Brady, the leadoff hitter, on. Let's see if James Ethredge gives Jake Johnson a lot of attention at first base, because this guy will go. Stretch, pitch to the plate, he's not going, and James throws a strike near the belt, outer half. 0-1. First baseman for the Bulldogs, Jeremy Beasley, holding on Jake Johnson. The catcher is Hunter Braddock, delivering the side to James Ethredge, who comes set, and now is ready with an 0-1 pitch and throws it too low. Left fielder for the Bulldogs is Christian Moore, and that's been his primary position this season. Levi Allier in center, he's a senior Bulldog. Logan Martin's a senior. And in right field, of course, was the Bulldog catcher for most of the season prior to the playoffs. Caught just about every inning. 1-1 pitch. Curveball is lifted into center field by the glove of Cody Dowd, the shortstop. He waved at it. Each team with a base hit. Brings up Connor Stutz, left-handed hitter. I noticed they had a lot of left-handed hitters.
Now batting for the Wildcats,
The Bulldogs leading 1-0 bottom of the first inning.
Connor Stutz.
And runners on first and second, nobody out for Westminster. Team that won 10-1 and 10-1 over Rabun County in the second round. James moving some dirt around on the mound. Back toward his infield defense. Guy holds the bat right behind his shoulder, moves it, leans back in his stance, and then surges forward. First pitch is a strike below the belt. Franklin Woolley, the DH, is on deck, hitting for the pitcher today. No balls and 1 strike. Runners on first and second for the Wildcats. Ethredge looking back at second, now delivering the pitch. That was a nice one for a strike. It's out in front, 0-2. That's been one of his big keys to success this season. The 0-1-0-2 count.
Way to go, James. Way to go.
No better time to get one than right now against a tough hitter. The odds move into your favor as the pitcher. He can waste one, maybe get him to chase. Low or high, let's see what he's going to do. Throws it high, he does not chase. Above the letter, sometimes hitters will do that. These guys are pretty disciplined. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They got a new coach who used to be a litigator, and I guess he's kind of stressed that. He'll be a renegade, be a team guy. Pitches foul off right over the heads of the Wildcats in the dugout. Hit the top of the dugout. Ball hit hard but foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bulldogs leading 1-0 bottom of the first inning. Jeremy Beasley with the RBI hit after the Bulldogs had loaded up the bases on 3 walks. Now Westminster with runners on first and second, nobody out. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Etheridge looking back at second before delivering the pitch, and he does. Ground ball. Jeremy Beasley dives, picks it up, underhands it to Etheridge, puts his right foot in the bag, and records the out. Nice play by Beasley, leaning out to his right, and a dive for that one. Bulldogs get the out, runners to second and third. As Stutz hits to the right side of the infield.
Number 14,
3-1 on the out, brings up Franklin Woolley, the DH. For the Westminster fans, that's pretty amazing. 3-hour trip, early start time. First pitch hit on the ground. Cody Dowd playing in, throws it home. Bulldogs get the nice play by Cody, taking the hop and throwing a strike above the belt to Braddock, able to catch it and put on the tag. Not a forced play. Had to put on that tag to get out number 2 to keep it a 1-0 Bulldog game. Runners on the corners, 2 down for the right-handed hitter, McLean Bradley, the right fielder from Westminster. Well, let's see if Ethridge can get out of this inning. Takes a big, deep breath. He pitched such great baseball this season, beating Benedictine 8-1 and Jeff Davis 5-1 at home. Only loss was to Long County on the road, a game he could have won. Bulldogs made a lot of errors. 8 of the 9 runs were unearned. James steps off, looks at third and back toward first. Dogs leading 1-0, bottom of the first, 2 down, runners on the corners for Westminster. Let's see if they send that runner at first. They probably have no knowledge of Hunter Braddock's throwing arm as a catcher, since the coach asked me about it before the game. Ground ball left side of the infield and through for a base hit. So a 1-1 ball game. Each team able to stroke a 2-out hit. Second hit off Etheridge. Brings up Kyle Murphy. Not a hard hit, but just in the right spot between third base and short. Murphy is a left fielder, smallish right-handed hitter. 1-1 ball game. 2 down. Murphy settling in.
We need 1 out. Let's go, guys.
James Ethredge putting his right foot on the rubber. Trying to get this 3rd out of the first inning. back at second. Cody Dowd moving that way. First pitch, low, ball one.
Spot right there.
James likes to throw a lot of pitches at the knee to right-handed hitters. That time his location okay up and down, but just a little bit wide. 1 ball, no strikes. James comes set. Delivers a pitch, and it's high. Ethredge, one of the 6 that I mentioned that was honor roll. 3 A's and I guess a B or whatever on your report card for the third 8 weeks. And I remember he had to go through football season and a little time off. He used to be a wrestler. And into baseball season, 2-0 pitch is a fastball. It's off the plate low. 3 balls and no strikes. Jack Forte on deck. 1-1 ball game. Bottom of the first. It's been a long first inning. The pitcher's forced to throw a lot of pitches. Etheridge looking back at second. Here's a 3-0 pitch off the plate. Hunter Braddock had to move to his right, ball 4. So 5 walks total in the first inning. 3 by Hays Meyer and 2 by James Ethredge. Bases loaded for Jake Forte. Bulldogs left the bases loaded in the top of the first.
The third baseman,
Guy's
number
got some
18,
size.
Jake Forte.
He's going to tower over Hunter Braddock. And the umpire, well over 6 feet tall. Play some scary music as he comes to the plate. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the first. 2 down, bases loaded. Etheridge back to the full windup for the first time since he faced Jake Johnson. Open up the bottom of the first. First pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Merritt Huber, number 8 hitter on deck. Number 9 guy is Robert DeGoldian. And a 1-0 pitch from Etheridge. Throws up a fastball, hits it up top of the net, and bouncing back onto the field. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bulldogs soccer team was on this campus on Saturday, playing Westminster in an Elite 8 game. Started raining about, I guess before game time, they started playing, and about 90 seconds in, I guess lightning, they had to stop it for a while. Then they came back in Westminster, built up a 5-0 lead at halftime and won 8-zip. James was about to begin his delivery. Now he does. 1-1 pitch is a strike. Good pitch low in the zone. Westminster with the bases loaded. And Forte, the right-handed hitter, putting the bat down on the plate, now raising it up. Hands almost calm as James looks over at third and delivers his 1-2 pitch. Off speed, getting away. Hunter Braddock will move to his right. James Ethredge covering the dish. And the runner, Rankin Woolley, stays at third. The one that's important right now, he could break the 1-1 tie. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Get right here, James.
I was thinking about this, how many Bulldog or Lady Bulldog teams have played inside the perimeter in Atlanta. I know the soccer team's been up here twice for Elite 8 action. 07, they played GAC. I assume that's inside the perimeter. May not be. It's close. 2-2 pitch, hit in the air into left center field. Back goes Levi Aldier. He's got plenty of room, and he makes a catch for out number 3. Both teams score a run in the first inning, but leave the bases loaded. So we played 1 complete. This is Elite 8 action from Westminster, and it's a 1-1 ball game on Y101. And the RBI single, a walk and a fly ball to center field. Hit fairly deep, caught by Levi Aldier to leave the bases loaded. First pitch. And James missed, but just a little, I guess, up above the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. I guess at state tournament play, when you see different umpires, of course, the Bulldogs saw a lot of umpires from the Statesboro and Hinesville associations in region play. Now James pumps one in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. You got to get used to different strike zones, especially as you advance in the state playoffs. A lot of people thought the strike zone was tight both ways in the Fitzgerald series. Played at Jackie Jones. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball.
Oh!
Just missed. That looked like it broke below the letters. 2 balls, 1 strike. Righty-righty matchup. James winding. Here's a pitch. Fastball, a strike toward the outer half of the plate, belt level. 2-2 on a sunny day. Temperature when I got here was in the mid-70s, probably up around 80 now. 2-2 pitch, James pokes in, strike 3. First strikeout of the ball game. 81st of the season. He now has 144 as a varsity Bulldog pitcher.
The second baseman, number 3, Robert Dugolian.
And 39 in 2012. This season has been a lack of walks. He walked 2 in the first inning, so 81-19 is strikeout to walk ratio as he faces the second baseman, Dugolian, right-handed hitter. That does a strike inside edge, 0-1. James did have an 0-2 count that I remember in the first inning. Right-hander winds, 0-1 pitch. He seems to have figured out maybe the umpire in the strike zone. Feels a little more comfortable here in the second inning. Of course, facing the bottom part of the order, but ahead 0-2. 1 down, 1-1 ball game. Nobody on. Here's a pitch, and it missed. Last time he had the 0-2, he threw it up. That one was off the plate away from the right-handed hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ethredge winding. Here's a pitch, throws it into the dirt. And he's snagged by Hunter Braddock behind the dish. Third baseman is Bailey Salter. Shortstop is Cody Dowd. Second baseman, Hunter Braddock. First baseman, Jeremy Beasley. Hunter really stands out when compared to Dowd. Dowd is so tall to be a shortstop, and of course Braddock, the second baseman. Bouncing ball, third base side, but foul. Fielded by Bailey Salter, who started off this season as a Bulldogs shortstop. Changes made before the start of the playoffs. Logan Martin, of course, was the catcher. He's out in right field. Hunter Braddock was either a third baseman, pitcher, or outfielder. Not catching. Only caught, a couple of innings in the regular season at Grayson Stadium against Calvary. 1-1 ball game and a 2-2 count on Dugolian. Chases one low, strike 3. James with back-to-back strikeouts. He's done that many times in his junior season.
Jake Johnson.
Most strikeouts he's had at a ball game, 12. He's had 11 several times. So 2 down for Jake Johnson. Walk did not steal a bag first time up. Quickest guy on the team, and I guess a Division I prospect, left-handed hitter. I've heard the University of Georgia mentioned with his name. Bunts it but foul, spinning third base side of the box. No balls, 1 strike. Bulldogs and Westminster tied at 1 in the bottom of the second. Westminster with a couple of base hits, and the Bulldogs with 2 base hits. Beasley and Christian Moore. Ethredge winding with an 0-1 pitch. Liner right back up the middle, bouncing into center field, and scooped up by Levi Allier. And the leadoff guy has a base hit. Certain to go, you would think, with Nelson Douglas at the plate. He singled first time up.
Number 6, Nelson
2 down in a 1-1 ball game, and he's your best base stealer. James has a good pickoff, even for a right-handed. So let's watch Jake Johnson being held on by Jeremy Beasley with his high socks. Johnson taking his lead, very short right now. James goes pitch to the plate, and it's high. 1 ball, no strikes. Bulldog outfield, left to right, Christian Moore, Levi Allier, and Logan Martin. He plays in front of the big wall. It stretches from right center all the way to the line. 1-0 pitch in the zone for a strike outside edge above the belt. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 ball game. Game 1 of the best of 3 between the Bulldogs and Westminster in the bottom of the second. 2 down with Johnson off first. Not a big lead. Not going. Here's a pitch. Popped up in the air and out of play. James out in front, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ethredge started off the frame with a couple of strikeouts, then the 2-out single by Johnson.
Go get him right here, Jamie.
Douglas, the shortstop, not always a starter. They got a young guy, a sophomore, Dalton White, who sometimes plays short. He's also their number 3 pitcher. Maybe they're holding him back to pitch in this series if it goes to a game 3. Conrad Cordell has been the number 2 pitcher. He throws a lot of curveballs. Ball and 2 strikes on Nelson Douglas. Johnson off the bag at first, still not taking his big lead. 2 down as Ethredge comes set. Now he's going. James doesn't realize it, throws the pitch to the plate, and it's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Johnson with the steal.
Right here, James.
Douglas had the base hit on a 1-1 pitch first time up. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down at a 1-1 ball game, bottom of the second. Side from Hunter Braddock, and James Ethredge looks back at second before delivering the 2-2 pitch, and it's hit up into the air to right field. Logan Martin backing up toward that wall, reaches up and makes the catch for out number 3. Levi Allier caught one in left center field for out number 3 of the first inning to strand the bases loaded. And Logan Martin converted catcher to right fielder, catches one out in right center field to end it with a runner in scoring position at second in the bottom of the second. Still a 1-1 game as we break on Y101.
Off the bottom of the third for the Westminster Wildcats, the first baseman, number 7, Hunter Stutz.
At 202 with 143 hits and 184 innings coming in. Stutz is a left-handed hitter. Hit the ball to the right side of the infield. Beasley dove to his right, gobbled up the ball and threw it to James Ethredge for the out at first. First pitch, James missed with a fastball. In state playoff competition, the Bulldog earned run average below 3 at 2.42. And Dublin and Fitzgerald hitting a combined 216 against the Dogs. Next pitch, it's low 2-0. For the season, Bulldog pitchers have 199 strikeouts coming in, and it walks 68. In the playoffs, a little different, 16 Ks, 13 walks. That's because of one particular game. James throws a strike, 2-1. It was a game in which Jeremy Beasley walked 8, which is not typical of the way he's pitched this season, or any Bulldog pitcher. The struggle with his location, 2-1 pitch from Ethredge to Stutz, and a strike. Really fooled with that pitch. Got the bat to move a little. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stutz slightly open stance. James gets a sign for Braddock, and Stutz takes time.
Hey, good arm angle now, let's go, good angle.
Ethredge this season with the 2 strikeouts in this ball game has 82, and he's walked 19. 2-2 pitch, fastball is low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitched a lot of complete games for the Bulldogs. Wind up and the full count pitch, swinging a ground ball to Brady at second. Goes to a knee and throws it over to first, bouncing to Beasley, but once again, so good on those hops, short or high. And he picks it up. Out number 1 here at the bottom of the third inning.
Rankin Woolley.
Brings up Rankin Woolley. Just tuning in, 1-1 ball game. Bottom of the third. This is game 1 of 2. Started this at 3 o'clock. Obviously, we have lights here. Jeff Davis playing at Pepperell. No lights there. Jeff Davis having to travel about 280 miles for that series. James throws a strike, 0-1. Lindell, which is where Pepperell is. I had no idea where it was until I went to Google Maps. It's located south of Rome. Been to Rome. And the 0-1 pitch. In the zone. No, just missing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clean Bradley on deck. Righty-righty matchup. 1 down, nobody on. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the third. James winds, and here's the pitch. Throws into the zone, and it's grounded to left field for a base hit. Solid single for the DH Woolley. Brings up McLean Bradley, singled in a run, and the first inning with 2 down. That's why we have a 1-1 game. Jeremy Beasley did the same thing in the top of the first inning. So 1-out single. Kyle Murphy will be the on-deck man for Westminster. Bulldogs, by the way, dressed in their blue tops, gray bottoms. Westminster white with green sleeves.
Now batting for the Wildcats, the right fielder,
their fans
number
are lined up down the
23,
third base
McLean
fence.
Bradley.
I'm up in the stands. A lot of Bulldog fans are in the stands and also in front of the cheers. To the right side of the dugout up the right field line. 1-1 ball game, bottom half of the third.
Let's go,
Bradley stepping in. Back foot, right-handed hitter toward the back line. You can still see the lines. First pitch, James in the zone at the knee for a strike. 0-1. Westminster, a good running club, already has a steal in the ball game. James throwing to first. Jeremy Beasley puts on the tag, but late. At one point in time early this season, Westminster was 27 for 28 stealing bags. Westminster plays in Region 6 with Lovett and GAC. You got to see Lovett Stadium. It's like a minor league ballpark. You got to see this campus. It looks like a college. Bigger than my college. 0-1. You can't get lost on my campus, Birmingham Southern. You can get lost here. 0-1 pitch. Low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bulldog catcher, of course, Hunter Braddock, became the catcher right before the Dublin series. Number 1, he's really been able to catch the ball well for the Bulldogs, and also he's got that great arm. He'll be an all-star, representing Southeast Georgia, playing in that weekend thing in Columbus coming up, sponsored by the Georgia Dugout. Runner first going, the pitch is popped up in the air, back this way, and this could be over the fence and into the Bulldog fans, bouncing, and almost hit one of them. Glad it wasn't near me. Wow. Almost hit a gentleman in the leg. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Please don't hit one this way. I got stuff in my hands. What am I going to do? I don't have a glove. But I even catch it with a glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first. 1 down. James looks the runner back. Haven't played baseball in a million years. James taking off his hat. Sometimes he does that when he's upset. Not today. It's kind of warm out here. Lots of sunshine. A ball and 2 strikes. Woolley taking his lead at first base. James comes set with 1 down. Delivers a pitch. Off speed, hit right down the right field line, bending foul. Bouncing over the fence. They got a warning track all the way around the infield and outfield. Really nice ballpark. 320 down the left field line, 355 into the left field power alley. 370 to dead center, so slightly deeper than Jackie Jones. Real short right side, 325 into the power alley that way with a high wall. At 295 down the line, same wall. Maybe 20 feet, something like that, maybe higher. 30 feet. How many Logan Martins is it to the top? 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw to first base, bouncing to Jeremy Beasley. Yeah, you can look at a lot of stadiums now and check them out on Google Maps and see kind of what they look like. See if they got lights. One thing you notice about this stadium from up above is all the trees out in center field. And left. And right. Ball and 2 strikes, 1-1 ball game. Bottom of the third, 1 down, runner first. Here's a fastball chopped over to Cody Dowd. Plays a tough hop, not right. And the ball's bouncing into center field. Really going to third. He played the in-between hop and infielded cleanly. So, score that an error, first one on the Bulldogs, and runners on first and third with one down in the 1-1
Now
game in the
batting
bottom
for
of
the
the third.
Wildcats, the left fielder, number 8,
High
Kyle
chopper, and that
Murphy.
last time, the tough one to Cody. Kyle Murphy, left fielder, walked the first time. Bradley was running down to second, not sure why. So walk back to first base, back. Using 3 umpires, one behind the plate, obviously, one at first and one right now stationed towards second. Did that in all the playoff games. Close to 2 during the regular season. Both teams scoring a run in the first inning, now to the bottom of the third in game 1. Kyle Murphy coming to the plate. The big scary guy, Jake 40. Runners on the corners, one down. Westminster had this situation earlier, not to send the runner at first. Stretch by James, here's a pitch. Missed inside. It's been a long ball game, we played over an hour. Only in the bottom of the third. Both pitchers threw a lot of pitches in the first inning. A lot of runners had been left on base. Westminster left the bases loaded in the first, just like the Bulldogs. Runner first going out, the Bulldogs haven't picked off. They throw to Hunter Braddock at second. He's looking at third. Now the rundown continues at first. Jeremy Beasley tossing to Dowd. Runner still at third. Dowd's looking to third. Now he throws that way. Salter has a runner. Coming toward the plate, throws it to Braddock. He can run him down from behind and get the out. Runner comes to third, and the Bulldogs turn a double play. How about that? Cody Dowd applying the tag, and he throws the ball up high in the air. That's the way you execute when there's first and third. To perfection. Getting the out between third and home, and then another out at third base to end the bottom half of the third inning. So it's still a 1-1 ball game as we break on Y101. After a long rundown, it's one of those first and third situations. First pitch swings and misses. This is, that's right, this is Kyle Murphy at the plate because he was up when the rundown was taking place on a pitch out. Pickoff. Strike one on him. Swings and fouls the next pitch into the net. Nothing at 2. And Jake 40 on deck. Murphy wears number 8, Forte number 18. And the Bulldogs turned a double play. I scored it this way. 4 to 3 to 6 to 3 to 5 to 2 to 6. The Bulldogs once turned a triple play at Jeff Davis. It wasn't that complicated. Yeah, the 0-2 pitch. Low. Here's what happened. Ethredge throws, picks off the runner. I guess he threw to first. I guess got to add another number in there. I guess I got to put 3 in there. Yeah, 3 to 4. 1-2 pitch. Fastball's lined into center field. Levi Allier gets a late jump, comes in, plays around the big base hit. Lead off single. Now the score is 3 to 4, 3 to 6 to 3 to 5 to 2 to 6.
Now batting,
Ethredge throws
number
to
18, the third baseman, Jake
second. The whole time
40.
Brady's looking at the runner at third. So he throws it back to first. Beasley throws it back to Dowd. He's looking at the runner. He throws it to Beasley, I think it was. I'm mistaken. He throws it to third. Salter throws it to the catcher Brady, and they get the guy to run down. Brady tags him out as he trips. And then they throw back to third base, and Dowd is there now, and he gets the out at third. They got a runner out going home and a runner at third on a first and third. Check swing by Forte and a strike. Nothing in 1. 1-1 ball game, bottom half of the fourth inning. Righty-righty matchup. Nobody outrunner at first. James Ethredge throws a pitch to the plate, misses off the dish away from the big right-handed hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jake flied out to center field, and Levi Allier with the bases loaded in the first inning for the third out. Hit it into slightly left center. Throw to first base. Murphy back. So ball and a strike. Guys at even stance. Biggest player, I think, lunges at the pitch and hits it off the top of the net. Did not go over, thankfully. Would have been in our area code. 1 ball, 2 strikes. James out in front. He walked a couple of batters in the first inning and none saved. Work it from the stretch. Murphy, medium-sized leadoff first base, being held on by Jared Beasley. Now he's going. James has him picked off, throws to second, tag, and he's out. They stole a bag on James with a short lead, and he wasn't looking that time. I guess he got the sign from Hunter Braddock. The runner was going, made a perfect throw over to second to eliminate Murphy at that bag. So 1 down and a 1-2 count and a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 4th. James Ethredge has won some big ball games for the Bulldogs, that's for sure. I mean, the 2 biggest beating Jeff Davis and Benedictine by a combined 13-2 score. The number 1 and 2 teams in the region, and both of those teams are still alive in the state playoffs. Region 2 has 3 of the 8. 2-2 pitch low, full count. Benedictine playing at home today, and of course, Jeff Davis on the road. I have a computer here, but it's just about impossible to see the screen because of the sunshine. Try to get some scores. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3. Hunter Braddock guns it down to third. Bailey Salter whips it to Hunter Braddock. Now to Cody Dowd, and he takes a turn and fires it back to Salter. Hands it to Ethredge on his 3rd strikeout of the ballgame. 8 and 9 hitters back to back to open up the second. Now 2 down for the number 8 hitter Huber, one of those strikeout victims. He's a right-handed hitter. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 4th. James winds. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Both teams scored a run in the first inning and left the bases loaded. Meyer had a 3 up and 3 down in the top of the 4th. James gave up a single, but then he picked him off. Throw gets away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Robert DeGoldian on deck. Ethredge getting the sign from Hunter Braddock. Now the 1-1 pitch to the dish. Strike below the belt. 1 and 2 from James. Bailey Salter on the inside, cut at third. Cody Dowd back on the outside, cut it short. Levi Allier somewhat shallow on this batter in center field. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's out number 3. To end the bottom of the 4th, leadoff single picked off, and then 2 strikeouts, and James has 4 Ks in the ball game. As we head to the 5th inning, it's 1-1 Bulldogs at Westminster on Y101.
Second baseman, number 3, Robert DeGoldian.
Bulldogs had 4 hits. James has walked 2. Both pitchers walked multiple batters in the first inning. Only 1 Bulldog has been walked since, and that was intentionally Hunter Braddock, and James has not walked anybody since. This guy, the number 9 hitter, right-handed hitter, struck out his first time. First pitch from James, hit on the ground. Salter gobbles it up from the grass. He throws to Beasley, a strike and an out. Nice play. Bailey Salter moving from shortstop to third and making a gem of a play. We've had a lot of fine defensive plays from both teams. Bulldogs turned a double play after a long run down. Bailey was a part of that. Top of the order, here's Jake Johnson walking a single for the leadoff guy plus a stolen base. So you want to keep him off the bases in a 1-1 game, getting late. James winds and throws the first pitch to the left-handed hitter and just missed away. 1 ball, no strikes. On deck is Nelson Douglas, number 2 hitter in the lineup. And the 1-0 pitch. Off speed, breaking ball, strike.
Come in now.
1 ball, 1 strike. The junior pitcher, 9-1 on the season. Gets a sign from Hunter Braddock. His senior catcher delivers a 1-1 pitch low and bouncing at the plate.
Good spot.
2 balls and 1 strike. And here comes a 2-1 pitch from James. Swings and hits it. A soft liner to Hunter Braddock. Did he catch it? He's going to throw to first anyway out there. I'm not sure if he thought he caught it or not, or just was making sure he got the out. Whatever. 4 or 4-3.
The shortstop, number 6, Nelson
2 up, 2
Douglas.
down. James faced 3 hitters in the last inning, but a single started it off. James picked off though. Nelson Douglas. Single and a fly ball to Logan Martin in right. He stranded a runner at second with that 3rd out of the 2nd inning. First pitch to the right-handed hitter, off speed, and he was way out in front. Strike 1. James, I guess, pulled the string on that one. Gets a sign from Hunter Braddock. 2 down, nobody on, and the 0-1 pitch. Throws it low and bouncing. James likes to throw pitches low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Get you to chase. Doesn't want you to hit something too good. This is not a real deep ballpark at certain spots. 320 down the left field line, 355 into the power alley and left. 370 to center. Pitches up above the letters. 2 balls and 1 strike. Real short right side if you go backside. Bulldogs have been doing that, but don't have anything to show for it yet. Here's the pitch. Swings and fouls it back into the net. The scoreboard's behind. I got 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scoreboard says 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's 325 to right center field. 295 down the line. It's 297 down the line at Jackie Jones. Looks shorter here. Time called for the right-handed hitter Douglas. He's a shortstop. Not always a starter. I got a guy named Connor Light who sometimes started that position, but he might be the number 3 pitcher in this series. They may be holding the pitchers back because the number 2 guy, Cornell, sometimes plays second. Here's a pitch from James, bouncing again.
Good shot.
See what the count is. Umpire looks. Let's see. He says 3-2. I'm right. Scoreboard's wrong. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down, nobody on. 1-1 ball game, bottom half of the 5th. Game 1 of the best of 3. A second game starting sometime later today. Here's a pitch, swinging a ground ball to Salter. Easier play, fields it on a couple hops, throws low to Beasley, but again he's able to either pick that one or catch it in the air. Puts a glove down, right on the dirt, and caught it for out number 3. James with his first 3 up and 3 down of the ball game, as it's still 1-1 going to the 6th as we break on Y101. Bulldogs left a runner at second of the 2nd, a runner at 3rd of the 3rd, and a runner at 2nd of the 5th. Ethredge dealing on the number 9 hitter right now. Instead, he's going to turn around and look back towards second to bring back Dalton Light. Dalton is a sophomore, did not make the varsity as a freshman. Here's the pitch. Fastball missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Jeff Davis playing Pepperell at Pepperell, south of Rome, and the winner of the series gets the winner of that series. If it's the Bulldogs, they're traveling again. There's a strike below the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Much closer trip to Hazelhurst than it is to Pepperell, which is, I looked it up on Google Maps, 255 miles away. 0-1 pitch. Drops it in for the strike, James Ethredge. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The scoreboard not putting up correct count at all times. Now they put 1 and 2. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Ethredge from the letters delivers the pitch, and it's high. Hunter Braddock had to jump up in the air. Caught it cleanly. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The game turned in the bottom half of this inning with a 1-out, 2-run home run by McLean Bradley to make it 3-1. Bulldogs have 3 more outs to deal with in the top of the 7th. Here comes the pitch. Swings and pokes it into left field. Christian Moore comes in. Out goes the shortstop, Cody Dowd. Nobody caught it. The runner's going to score. Now the ball gets by Christian Moore. Runner comes to third, being held there. That'll be a single, an RBI, and also an error. outfield's made 2 errors here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's 4-1 Westminster. Now to the top of the order to Jake Johnson, the 8th hitter of the 6th.
Now batting for Wildcats, the center fielder, number 19, Jake Johnson.
The Wildcats' most active inning of the game. Leadoff guy, senior, Johnson, walk, single, and drive it out to second. He's back to the full windup. Looks at third. And looks back that way again before delivering the pitch. It does. It is low. Now breaking off third. Luke Johnson. Now back to the bag. 1 ball, no strikes. Coach Brian Fitzgerald coming out. Boy, the Bulldogs were on a roll. They had a 3-up and 3-down pitching-wise and defensively in the last inning. Bailey Salter made 2 plays at third, and Hunter Braddock made 1 at second against the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. So then you have the 3, 4, and 5 guys coming up. First guy grounded out to second, and that's going to do it for James Ethredge. He's pitched another quality game, that's for sure. Entered at 9 and 1. Go to the third base bag. So Bailey Salter is going to pitch for the Bulldogs, and he'll begin to warm up right now with 2 down in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and it's 4-1 Westminster as we take a break.
Coming in to
Pitching
pitch
change
for the
on
Toombs County Bulldogs, number 10, Bailey Salter.
Well, we've been playing baseball a little more than 2 hours as we get ready for Bailey Salter to throw his first pitch in relief. Bailey 4-0 this season as a junior pitcher with 1.89 home run average. Opponents hitting .233 against him. He has a 27-13, a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And facing Jake Johnson, the left-handed hitter, first pitch, off-speed missed.
Go, Bailey!
The count is now 2 balls and no strikes as he inherited a 1 ball and no strike count from James Ethredge. The pitch is 5 2/3. Pitch is low 3-0. Bailey has allowed 28 hits and 29 2/3 innings. Last pitched an inning against Fitzgerald. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. 3-0 pitch, missed ball 4. Now the bases are loaded. Brings up Nelson Douglas. 4-1 Westminster, bottom half of the 6th.
The shortstop,
This is
number
the
6,
9th hitter of this inning.
Nelson Douglas.
Douglas 1 for 3, a single, a fly ball to right, and grounded out to Bailey Salter at third. So Salter will start fresh against this guy. Maybe that'll make a difference. Westminster with 3 runs in this inning, including a 2-run home run by McLean Braddock. First pitch from Salter, throws him a breaking ball that drops in a little bit below the belt for a strike. Salter ready, raises up the left leg and delivers the pitch. Another pitch, this time maybe a little above the belt for a strike. 0-2. Bailey seeking his 28th strikeout of his junior season. He had 30 last year. Here's a pitch hit up in the air to right center field. Tough grab for somebody. It's Logan Martin. It's over his head, bouncing to the 325 mark. That scores 1, scores 2, is going to score 3. A 1-1 ball game has changed drastically in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So a big swing by Douglas, his second hit of the ball game. He stops at second base. It is 7-1, 3-run score.
The first baseman, number 7, Connor Stutz.
People are going to look at the score and say, well, that game wasn't close. They don't realize it was 1-1 going to the bottom half of the 6th. Here's Connor Stutz. He started off this inning grounding out to second. Curveball in for a strike. He's 0 for 3. He's hit the ball to the right side of the infield all 3 times. He's a left-handed hitter. To first and to second twice. 7-1 Westminster. Runner at second, 2 down. Here's the pitch to the fastball. It is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the good news is you got another game to play today, and if you could win that, you earn a split and come back tomorrow at 5:30. Pitches away, 2 balls and 1 strike, and you got 3 outs to deal with in the top of the 7th. With Brantley, Brady, and Dowd coming up. And then, of course, Ethredge and Braddock if you can get it going. 2-1 pitch, a breaking ball. Did not break into the zone, off the plate, missing. Rankin Woolley, the on-deck guy, has 2 hits in the game and a single in the inning. He started the rally. Here's a pitch, ball 4. Salter with his second walk since coming in brings up Rankin Woolley.
7-1 for the Wildcats. Number 14, the designated hitter, Rankin Woolley.
Top of the 7th. As they showed today, they can play with Westminster. They missed some scoring opportunities, that's for sure, and Hays Meyer got real tough after the first inning. Breaking ball missed, 1 ball, no strikes. Bulldogs with 4 hits in the game. Here's the pitch. In the zone at the knee for a strike. Westminster had 5 hits coming into this inning. They get 5 in this frame, 10 in the game. 1-1 pitch, off the plate, away. James Ethredge now manning third base. Every start he's made this year has been a quality start for the Bulldogs. Really, you can go back and look at last year, and even though his record wasn't good, every start was pretty much a fine one last year as well. The team just didn't play well defensively last year. Jeremy Beasley jumps in front of Hunter Braddock, and did he make the catch? For out number 3, ball was popped up in foul territory, and both were going for it, and yeah, Beasley reached over a diving Braddock, I think. But he did not catch that ball. Let's see, no? That would have been a spectacular play if he caught it. And neither collided with each other. I don't think you want to run into Hunter Braddock. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's what the scoreboard says. 2 down. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is hit up in the air to right field. Logan Martin comes in and he will catch it. And there's finally out number 3, but a big decisive inning for Westminster, perhaps. 2-run home run, a big double by Forte, a big single by the goalie. The Bulldogs make a couple errors in the outfield, and they yield 6. They're down 7-1, going to the 7th on 1. So 7-1 Westminster in game 1. Wildcats scoring 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch by Brantley, foul back, got a play over the stands.
Go 6.
Got the football field and soccer field right behind me. That's where the Bulldog boys were playing on Saturday. They lost to Westminster in the Elite 8 round, 8-0. Pitch just popped up over my head out of play. 0-2. That game was a 5-0 game at halftime. The girls lost in their second round game to Putnam County, 5-0 on the road. Then swings and misses strike 3. That is strikeout number 8 for Hays Meyer.
Now batting,
I watched the game that he pitched, not the whole thing, but some of it when he pitched against Lovett, and he struggled with his control in the first inning. He did the same thing against the Bulldogs. He walked Hunter Braddock, James Ethredge, and Hunter Braddock to load up the bases, and then Jeremy Beasley stroked a single. There's a ball hit up high into the air to right field by Hunter Braddock, and it is caught. 2 down.
Looks like Tank, look at you.
Bulldogs down 7-1 and down to their final out in game 1.
Now batting, the shortstop, number
Cody
5.
Dowd doubled his last time up. Blooped it behind the third base bag, just fair, and it bounced into foul territory, and he wound up at second.
It's not that far. It's just
1 for 3 on the day. First pitch, low at his feet.
Missed my turn.
1 ball, no strikes.
So I just kept going, and I was like, I should be there.
Take about a half an hour off. We'll send it back to Y101, and then we'll come back with game 2 of this best of 3. There's a soft liner into right field. Cody Dowd has a base hit. They're going to throw to first base, and Cody is safe. Right fielder Bradley playing very shallow. You got to run those out. Can't trot like it's a single. Dowd with 2 hits, 2 for 4.
James Ethredge.
Brings up James Ethredge. A walk in the first inning. Since then, he flied out to right field in both the 3rd and 5th.
Coming down this big gate over here, and I was like, and it's all up. And I was like, wait a second. I was like,
Dogs down 7-1, top half of the 7th inning, game 1. First pitch to Ethredge, bouncing in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes.
Let's go, Johnny. Let's go, 13.
Here's a stretch, and the 1-0 pitch. Fastball is low, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, kudos to James Ethredge for his pitching today. He showed the Bulldogs that if you pitch well, you can play with this team, but you've got to pitch well. They can hit it. Here's a pitch to James low, 3 balls and no strikes. James, of course, has not only been real good on the mound, but also good at the plate and in the state tournament as well. Strike above the belt, 3-1. Entered this game hitting .367, but on a hitting streak and hitting .462 in the state tournament. And the 3-1 pitch. Fastball is chopped right side of the infield. And they flip it over to second. The goal in, the shortstop Douglas for the out, and that's the ball game. Game 1 goes to Westminster. The Wildcats score 6 in the bottom half of the 6th and beat the Bulldogs 7-1.
The next game will
Back to wrap up game 1 after this on
minutes.
Y101.